Alrighty, we are live in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling, where we interview special guests each and every week. That's the old one. I keep saying the old intro.
All right.
Where we interview. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling. We're having a little help with my friends. I am joined with my co-host Brendan and our guest Ray with Good Games Grabs. And guys, we usually have Joe on today, but Joe decided to buy a computer from Temu, and his computer is not working properly, so he may or may not come on. So we'll see how that works. But anyways, we're here to have an amazing show for you guys, and we have Ray with Good Games Grabs. Nice to meet you, Ray. I think this is not like we've known each other before, but I don't think this is like we've properly had a conversation.
Yeah. You popped into one of my Whatnot streams while we had one of the raid trains, which are always fun.
Oh yeah.
On Whatnot. So yeah. We kind of interacted there, and now I'm here.
Yeah. So I'm excited because Ray, I mean, he sells on Whatnot. I believe you sell on eBay as well, and we kind of like have a little bit of the same interest. I mean, we're probably all millennials, so we all grew up at the same time with the same thing. But Ray, for the people that may not know who you are, give us like a brief introduction. What do you like to sell? Which platforms you like to sell, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So my name is Ray. Some people call me Nabyar. Obviously, one part of Good Game Grabs.
Nabyar.
Nabyar, yes. A lot of people are like, where does this come from? It's actually Ray-Ban backwards. So just a little weird handle thing from back in the day of like, computer like mischief and stuff when I was younger. Whole story there. But anyway, so, and then my wife, Emily, some people call her Zesty. She's the other half of Good Game Grabs. But we really started like collecting nerd stuff, doing a YouTube channel, like collecting video games and nerd stuff, retro nostalgia. But then it evolved. It was like one day my wife was like, I think you could do this for a living. Like you could go and just quit your job and try it. And fortunately she was able to, financially support this decision too. So I went off and started on eBay. Now we do eBay, Poshmark, Depop, Whatnot, of course. And then we also have a antique mall booth in the North County of St. Louis. If you're ever up that way by the airport, guys, just saying, go to St. Louis Antique Mall, booth 4008, has a bunch of cool stuff in it. And so we really enjoy that.
Wow, that's awesome. The antique booth life always intrigues me. Because around here, there's not a lot of antique booths. So the thought process that I have towards an antique booth was like, why would you want to put stuff in an antique booth? Because you're paying rent and then you're paying a commission off the stuff that you're selling. So in my head, I'm like, are you making any money by doing it? And then I'm sure there's some theft involved as well because you're not there like all the time. And just real quick, Ray, just kind of speak on that because that intrigues me.
Yeah.
Brendan, do you have an antique booth?
No, I just like there's some around here, man, but it's like there's not nearly enough traffic to be profitable.
And that's another thing because I don't know one person that goes to an antique booth, at least my age. Like I don't know. I don't hear people say, "Oh, I'm going to an antique booth this weekend." I hear thrifting, or I'm going to the Benz, or I'm going to the garage sales. But I never say like regular people say, I'm going to the antique booth just to see what I can find. So just that thought process for me, and it might be like, I'm here in Nashville, so maybe it's like not in the ecosystem or whatever, people, maybe if I go East Tennessee, there'll be people, more antique booth kind of people. But tell me a little bit about that, Ray, because that's intriguing.
Well, I mean, living in St. Louis, probably similar size city to Nashville.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think bigger than Brendan's town, right? Like Brendan, you live in a smaller-ish town, right?
Yeah, it's like the metro area is like, it's like 250,000 people.
Okay. So, I mean, the traffic is there, right? Like the amount of people is there. I think it's built into the culture too. Like, I mean, obviously a lot of people go to like bins and thrifting and stuff, but definitely, the coolest thing about our antique mall is that it doesn't limit itself to like a certain era, right? Or eras. So like there are a couple antique malls here that are like, if you sell anything older or anything newer rather than the 80s and 90s, we don't want it. Right? Like they're like, we want 50s, 60s, 70s, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
But our mall is really cool in the fact that they're like, anything collectible, please come here and sell it. So that, I think that makes it really appealing to not only every age group, but every interest too, right? Like it could be an antique, MCM, TV stand, or a Funko Pop, right? Like you can find both those things in our mall, which I think is really cool. The theft thing, it has only happened to us one time. Okay, this is a great story because the general manager at the mall, Sherry, shout out to Sherry. She's middle-aged lady, super nice. Caught the person who was trying to steal a Nintendo Wii from our booth, and we try not to keep too many expensive things in our booth because of that reason. But I mean, a Wii typically I think we had it at like $50 or $60 or something like that. Pretty typical Wii price. But actually chased the guy outside into the parking lot. Called the cops first, right? Called the cops first. Chased the guy out in the park. Saw which way he ran, and the cops got him and returned the Wii. The Wii. Yeah.
Did you press charges, or what does that look like?
I don't know actually what I'm trying. Yeah, I don't know exactly what transpired with that. I mean, obviously that's not. I don't know if that's on us or the mall. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was on the mall because I don't think they ever asked us like, specifically. But not really anything too much theft wise. But obviously you can have like a glass case with a lock on it, and all that stuff. We don't bother with that because again, like our average price of like goods that we're selling is like anywhere between like $5 and $7. We try to get that, some of that stale like media inventory going. Our top seller is video games, and like it's nothing crazy. Like we're not putting video games that are over $10 in our booth. Like we try to keep it between $5 and $10, and they fly. So
yeah, Ray, that's unfortunate that someone has to like steal something. I know that recently, I've been going to Target, and the last time I went to Target, I had the loss prevention agent follow me to my car.
What?
So I think they thought that I was stealing something, and I didn't notice them until I got in I was putting my whatever I bought in my passenger seat, and then I saw him in like behind my truck. And they're wearing like the bright yellow like thing, and and I parked like way far because I got like a big truck, and then all the parking spaces in Target are like super small. So he knew what he was doing by following me out to my car, and I thought to myself, did I steal anything? Like you think about it, like did I steal anything for him to like follow me all the way to my truck? But now that I think about it, I was acting a little shady. Just like I went around the store, like I needed to buy like really random things, like some packing tape. I bought body wash, like a graphic tee, and like Pokemon cards.
Sounds like you're making a viral video.
Yeah, right.
So like I went around like the perimeter of the store, and I would like pick things up. Oh, and I bought some dishwashing gloves. Wow. So like it was really random stuff, but like stuff that I needed, Yeah. So it's like, they probably did think that I was stealing stuff, but
it probably didn't help that you walked in the store with a ski mask on either.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta try to leave that at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
I randomly came across a TikTok, and I think it was like Marshalls or TJ Maxx, but it was like the Nike ski mask. And they're like, how they're in just like a cardboard box, and it's got like the Nike ski mask.
Yeah.
They were all stolen. They're all missing in the box on the shelf. So all the ski masks got stolen, which is obvious because the person that's gonna steal a ski mask is gonna be stealing bigger things, you know. So it's like, I don't know. I thought it was funny. So
How many did it take?
all of them, the whole row of ski masks. They were like on a peg.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I thought, okay, so Joe's still not here. So I think shout out to Joe.
I forgot.
I wanted this to be like maybe like the fourth person on here, but maybe I don't think I could do that. But okay, Ray. So real quick, and I don't want to like look into your pockets about the antique booth or whatever.
No, we're very transparent.
So you don't have anything past like $10 video games you're selling like all video games in your antique booth, or video game consoles, or like what all do you have?
Yeah, everything. Like we try to do a lot of, like, we want to have variety, of course, you know, that the not only variety in the product, but also variety in price point too. Like, it's important that we get those little, you know, $20, $30, $40 pops every now and then amongst the, you know, the string of $5 CDs and video games and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, we try to have that nice variety. But again, like, if it is a more expensive item, we at least try now. Like, for example, the last time we put a console in was I think it was another Wii, actually. But I like put everything inside of like a bigger cardboard box, and then kind of did like this little like clear tape over the top, or like a bag over the top, you know, or I can't remember exactly what I did, but you know, so you could at least see the product, right? But it's a little bit harder to steal. You know, you can't just like take it, put it in a backpack, and like be on your merry way. But yeah, so we try to have variation in both, you know, stuff that we have in there. Of course, we have glassware, Tupperware, little kitschy stuff like that that my wife likes to curate. But yeah, so most of it's hard to steal. But I mean, look, somebody steals a $5 video game, it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's no. You know, we're just chalking that up to an L, and we're keeping things moving, and it's not worth being upset over. You know.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, he is here. Here,
yes.
Joseph
with us.
Maybe.
Just
you know.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully. Okay, so we're here. So Joe, we're talking about Ray's antique booth. Okay.
I was listening in the back. Yep.
We're talking about Ray's antique booth. So Ray, what is the commission off of the items that you sell off the antique booth, and how much is rent? And is that based upon like how big?
Yeah, so most places do by the size, if it has electric outlets or not. And of course positioning too. You have to remember, like, if you're in the main, you know, I'm just going to call it a hallway, but you know, the main strip, the main hallway of an antique mall, the traffic is going to be way higher, right? Fortunately, whenever we went to this, we were with this mall before they changed ownership. And when they changed ownership, they also changed locations. So at the new location, since we moved over with all the old, you know, renters that stayed with them, they put us in a very prime location, right in like the main strip of the mall. So we get a lot of traffic, a lot of foot traffic through ours. With that being said, though, my wife, Zesty, Emily, whatever you want to call her, she also works there now. She just recently got a part-time job there. Wow. But we get a little discount, so keep that in mind. But before the discount, it was $225 for an 8x8. Okay, so I feel like that's pretty standard, especially if you're in the Midwest or surrounding regions. I feel like that price is pretty on that tracks. And then we also get a 10% fee taken on every item sold. So pretty similar to most platforms, 10%. But that's it. You know, they take care of everything else. You know, they obviously are, you know, they're willing to chase thieves. They'll fluff our booth sometimes for us if we haven't been there in a couple weeks. You know, so it's worth the money. It's worth the money.
Okay.
I thought how that story was gonna end. I thought you were gonna say like the GM ran and tackled him in the parking lot.
No, that would be amazing. Well, because like they tell you, right? Like as an employee, like I don't know if you guys have worked in like a bigger box store or anything like that, but like they tell you, like, let the thief go. You know, like don't try to like interject yourself into, because like they're gonna chalk that up to a loss. Your life is not worth whatever the heck they're stealing. Like, and on top of that, like if they run off of the property, then it's like a whole different thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I'm surprised that Sherry, again, shout out to Sherry, for chasing after that guy that tried to steal that Nintendo Wii. What a boss! What a boss!
And you got it back.
And we got it.
Yeah. My wife used to work a retail store, and she chased somebody down one time and caught
That's
him.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, in the mall. It was a retail mall, and then I can't remember what else happened. So she caught him. The cops got involved, of course, and then I remember she had to go to court, and she's like, "Would you go with me?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll go with you, whatever." So we show up to court, and the guy, it was a girl. The girl did not show up, right?
Oh no.
So we're like, they had to like reschedule the court, whatever, and finally got rescheduled. And I asked her, "Do you want me to go with you?" She's like, "Nah, it's okay." So the cop and her go, and she had like priors, so like the case didn't even matter, and she got arrested on whatever warrant or whatever she had prior to her stealing like a pair of pants or whatever. But I told my wife, I'm like, "Dude, you don't need to be going out there chasing people like that. Like, it's not worth it."
No.
But she's like, "Man, I just got caught up," and your adrenaline gets going, and you just try to get people.
Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as they leave the store, man, it's like, don't even bother.
No.
Yeah. But she ran. She ran after her, like down the hall. Like, she's like, "I'm gonna get this sucker." She got her. She got her. She used to. My wife used to run track in high school, so she had some speed. But Ray, so do you break even like after the end of the month, or like what does that look like? Because that's a lot of money,
Well, of course, we're huge bins goers, as some of you guys know, listening to this, like that is our bread and butter where we love to source from. So our cost of goods are very, very low. I will say that having my wife working there now, having Emily work there now is a game changer. We are going to break we broke our single month record just this past month. We were literally $2 away from 900 gross in the booth. So and considering how little work we really truly do have to, because like obviously having her there working, she gets some time to like price some stuff and put fluff the booth and make sure it looks nice and everything. But honestly, like before she worked there, we were going there maybe twice a month. Like one time a month was probably like our average, how often we were going there. And like some people hearing this are probably like, wow, one time a month, like that's
people go like every week.
But still though, with our cost of goods, I mean, we were still making very nice, more passive income. Like it felt very passive,
That makes sense.
But in the future, if we were to do multiple booths, obviously that's more driving, that's more time, that's more product to source. I don't know if we'll ever do that, but I know people do it. Like there are people out there that have 3 or 4 different booths in different malls around their city, and they rake it in, So yeah.
What is that? Fluffing the store, like re-merchandising. What does that look like? Like moving things around so it doesn't seem stale, like with the person who's in there all the time.
I mean that. I guess there's just variations to what you would call that. But yeah, I mean like. Sometimes we'll just do like a rearrangement. Sometimes we'll add like a statement piece. Like we bought like this big Budweiser advertisement shelf, like a giant metal. It kind of has the shape of a bottle basically, but it's like this huge Budweiser shelf. Being in St. Louis, we have stuff like that, because obviously it's made here. But we got it off of like a friend sort of thing, super cheap, and we're like, what are we gonna do with this? Like, we're just put it in the booth, and it's great. Like it holds our plush, holds a bunch of like random stuff, and it really grabs your eye, sort of thing. So, but again, yeah, like having that staleness, because people want to see, oh, like that wasn't here before. I'm gonna go into this booth this time, because there are people that go there weekly, even multiple times in a week, that see the same thing over and over, and they don't want to go into that booth because they know what's in there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Gosh, I can't remember what I was gonna say.
So is it far from you? Like from where you're?
yeah, unfortunately, our booth is so like we're in South City. It's in North County. So like I again, if you guys don't know St. Louis, it's separated by city county. It's one of 2 cities in America that is. It's weird, but yeah. So it's up in North County. So it is a little bit of a drive for us, which is the only negative that I can think of having. But we love the location so much. We love the staff, obviously. It's good. It's good. We like it. I wish we had something closer, but again, it's like more time, more inventory to have, which we're selling a lot of the same stuff on Whatnot. So that also collides, right? Like, you don't want to sell all of your inventory on Whatnot and then have nothing for the booth and vice versa, right? Like, so
what are some items in the booth that are like surprisingly sell well that doesn't sell like anywhere else? Like on Whatnot or on eBay, and you're like, man, I can sell this at an antique booth like all day long, but like on online platforms, it just sits there. Or is it like basically all the same?
It's basically all the same, yeah. A lot of people are surprised at like the resurgence of cassette culture and CD culture right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people pass that stuff up and scoff at it even to this day. Like resellers will be like, no, I don't want to deal with that. But I mean, in our booth and on Whatnot, like it's crazy good. I don't know. I mean, there are some bigger items that it's more of a pain in the butt to ship, more or less, than it does it sell or not on online platforms. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing that I don't think is too surprising that sells better there. Not really, no.
It's crazy to me that some resellers like just pass up cassettes, man, because I've done so well with those.
Yeah.
Like individually, it depends what it is, at $40-$50.
Yeah. Individually or just even lotted up, if you do like hair metal cassettes, or whatever, like it's crazy. Like, and yeah, people are just passing them over all the time.
And you get them at the bin. The bin is like next to nothing.
Oh yeah, for sure. By weight. Yeah. That's a great item to pick up. Great item.
I knew that the resurgence, like you said, of like that media was, I guess, resurging, for the lack of a better word, when Urban Outfitters started selling stuff.
No way.
Yeah, so like a Sony Walkman, vintage Sony Walkman, $219. Like, this is stuff that you can go to Urban Outfitters and buy like on the shelf, and they have cassette tapes. You know how when we used to go to Urban Outfitters, you would see like vinyl records?
Yeah.
And then you could just buy them. Now you're seeing cassette tapes and CDs. So like you see this Mac Miller cassette tape, $16. You'll see this, and these are all like reprints. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of all the, you can see like Jay-Z's The Black Album and, Thriller and stuff like that there. But isn't this wild?
So is Sony making those again? Like the CD players and the...
I think that they are.
I honestly, I wish I could answer that question because like I don't even know. I didn't even know Urban Outfitters did this, which is wild to me. But also, this is like, Ray, you did the appropriate thing as a reseller, and you're looking and seeing like, oh, these are what these big retailers are doing. This is obviously a resurgence, right? Like, or looking like, I always tell people, like, watch what people are wearing. Even like, go like look at the people that go to the bins. Like, look at the younger kids. What are they wearing? Buy that stuff. Buy that stuff. Like, it's like, yeah, you gotta.
No, I was gonna say, no, I do that with football cleats. If you like watch football and watch what the players are watching or what they're wearing, and like, and some of those things you can find at not all of them, but like Ross or Burlington and stuff like that, and I'll sell it for good money.
Heck yeah! Do you have good luck with retail arbitrage, Brendan?
Yeah, I right now my stores are not great, but especially now, like it's football season, I've been moving a bunch of stuff.
Heck yeah!
So sometimes you gotta sit on it, which that's the downside of it, because like you find good stuff and it'll be like in spring or summer, so I'm gonna have to sit on it for a few months, but eventually it sells.
So are you also buying sports tees at that time too? Like, are you buying football tees in summer? like kind of in preparation for the fall?
I really only do like cleats. I'll buy football gloves. I'll buy sometimes like they have like baseball pants. I'll buy those. Like, but like mainly just like the gear. But like cleats are so easy because you know take 6 pictures of them and put them out. You know, I don't have to clean them or anything. So
Yeah,
that's probably my number one.
yeah, heck yeah.
You ever find any football helmets, Brendan?
I find them at the bins. I don't find them at the.
Did you ever buy them to like sell them?
Yeah, I think I have one left, and dude, I get them like an item like that at my bins is $2, and then I'll get it, and then I'll sell it for depends what it is, but like last one I just sold was like 65.
That's pretty good.
So
I know I looked, or I saw another TikTok or a reel about like a football helmet because apparently it's like the date that they issue the helmet and then you can like refurbish the helmet and they put a sticker on it.
Yeah.
But if it's like 4 years past the issue date, it's not a legal helmet. But if there's a sticker on it, that means that it's been redone or whatever. But it has to be, and there's like documentation like within the helmet and like numbers and stuff.
mm-hmm.
So if it's still a legal helmet, I'm sure it will sell for more because they don't even have to do anything to it, you know?
I mean, you can get them recertified too.
Recertified.
Yeah, recertified. Yeah,
they're older. And
like same with motorcycle helmets. You know, like it has to be within the certification, you know, year or whatever to be technically street legal.
right.
Yeah.
I haven't had. I mean, I have sold motorcycle helmets in the past, but it's like I don't have the best of luck with those things. I really only look for the full face ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I find them pretty much all the time, just regular ones, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't have the best luck with those things.
Yeah, same.
I can't even remember the last time I bought and sold one.
Same.
Yeah, it's a football helmet?
No, motorcycle helmet.
Motorcycle helmet.
Mm-hmm. I steer clear now. It's too much trouble.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ray, how long have you been on the Whatnot platform, been selling on there?
Oh man, I think we got on last October, so we're coming up on a year.
Oh wow, okay.
Coming up on a year, yeah. But we were kind of hesitant because again, like we sell a lot of the same stuff in the booth that we sell on Whatnot. So, but yeah, we're coming up on a year, man. It's crazy. We're at like I think over 1,500 sales now, which is actually less than what it actually is because I've done a lot of stack shows. So that doesn't actually equate to the number that it actually is. But yeah, we've been moving.
Is that
liking it?
Is that food becoming a big thing now and whatnot, or what? Like, I feel like everybody's starting to do that.
The stack show?
Oh, I thought you said snack.
No,
the food
they are doing those too. Yeah.
People are doing that show.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, like Foodie Friday, isn't that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Foodie Fridays? That's amazing.
I buy these chips from Ken SSK Promo that he can only get in Ohio, and they're like fantastic. So like every time he has them, I'm like, man, I'll buy them every time.
That's great. I love that.
Kristen has she doesn't live in Denver anymore, but there used to be a Denver Chip Co. that she used to send me some chips from there sometimes, and those things were bangers. And I hate that she doesn't live there anymore because then I can't eat those chips.
You got to find the Whatnot seller that does.
Oh man, I'm like, I hate these. But I think we were talking about this last week, how there's this guy that figured out that, like when Buc-ee's was still new, like he created a website called like buckysnack.com or whatever, don't quote me. And he would just buy the snacks and sell them online to everybody that doesn't live near a Buc-ee's. And Buc-ee's was like, yeah, you can do it, man, whatever.
That's so smart.
It's just reselling. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But take advantage of that. That's
exactly.
It's right. Well, I mean, that's reselling as a whole, right? Like you always like people that are like, resellers are the worst, or whatever. But it's like, when Joe Schmo wants X thing that is not sold in their area, where are they going to go? They're going to go online. And yes, of course, we're going to make a little bit of money on our end, but like not everybody has or like even for example, like they might not even have access to a thrift store near them. If they live way out in the boonies and they need a good deal on a coffee maker, you know, they're not going to go they don't want to spend the $60 at Walmart. Guess what? They can buy the same coffee maker on eBay, good condition, $30, right? Get it delivered to their door. You know, and they or they work full time or they have kids or whatever. They don't have time to go to the thrift store, right? We're the people that do it. Anyway, I could go on a rant. About that, but you know,
it's true though. We do the work.
Yeah, we do the work.
But you know, we have two guys below us, right, that don't buy anything off of eBay.
No.
Which I'm like, what are you guys doing? You got to help support yourselves and other people.
How do you know I don't buy stuff off eBay?
Yeah,
we've had this conversation before.
Oh, have we? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Joe got caught.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I will. Trust me, we buy plenty of shit off of Whatnot.
Why not?
Yeah, you guys do. Yeah, you do.
I'm waiting for you guys to buy some. No.
Right, exactly. Right. It's like, well, I have a show this
yeah,
Thursday.
so Joe, I'll see you there.
Hey, I show up to yours, right? I'm checking in.
No, you do. I appreciate you. I do.
But the majority of stuff, what are you selling? VHS tapes, and what else are you selling, Ray?
I would say the biggest sort of audiences that we've grown are for VHS and Blu-ray. Those are our
really.
Yeah, VHS and Blu-ray. Yeah, the communities on for both those are amazing. They're so welcoming. They're pretty chill. Everybody's nice. You know, I mean, it's great because you hear about a lot of drama in other categories of Whatnot. You know, like the trading card thing. I mean, or designer clothing. There's a bunch of like scandal going on there.
Really, crazy. Tell us about it, Ray.
Well, I
we're not in it, so it's good to hear the tea.
I don't know all the details, so just don't quote me on any of this stuff. But I mean, you know, there'll be like trading card, you know, like they'll do like pack breaks, right? Like where they open up a pack and if you get a great card, people like our sellers are like swapping out cards and like sending people the wrong stuff. Or like in the designer category, there's a bunch of people selling fakes as legits. Like it is. So there's a lot of hubbub online, you know, about these categories. So I'm very fortunate to be in a category where everybody's chill, nobody's scamming. You know, the buyers are getting a great price. We're still making money. It's great. I love it. I truly do love Whatnot.
So you're selling burned copies of Blu-ray or DVD?
No.
Yeah.
No, not yet. Anyway. No.
A copy of Titanic on VHS.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I could build a fort out of those. You know. Actually, Emily and I, our friends Michelle and Nick, they collect Jerry Maguire VHS. So yeah, we every time we find one of those, we just add to their stack. They have like hundreds at this point.
I've seen why. This was years ago. I saw somebody that had like online somewhere. He had like over 600 copies of Speed.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Why not, guys? Okay. Why not?
I think I saw one with Shrek.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably.
I was going to say you could do it with like MIB, Big Daddy. Like those are so common. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, there's a collector for everything. I think there was a garage sale we had last year where a guy came and bought a bunch of dollar VHS off of us, and I was like, "Yo, like, are you like a collector? Like, what's going on?" He says that he has 20 VHS, or even he was like, no, 20,000 VHS. And growing. So like he bought a huge stack off of me. Like, all right, man, like I don't know what you're doing, but
yeah, right.
I hope it's cool and not overtaking your life.
Yeah. So right, you know, because VHS is heavy. So it's not like trading cards or like things that are like easy to ship. So like, what are we selling this VHS for? And like shipping and like all this stuff, like how, because it can't be going for much.
Well,
right?
Fortunately, media mail is a thing.
Okay.
I mean, media mail is the absolute savior there. So I mean, a VHS on average is about 8 ounces, so you can just barely fit 2 VHS for £1, which for medium ale is relatively affordable. It's like $4.60, I think, right now for just at £1. But yeah, so I mean, it's that is the saving grace there, because if we had to ship it regularly, there would not be nearly as many buyers.
Gotcha.
Buyers. Yeah. So
what's like the average cost per sale on a VHS tape?
Probably around $2 to $3. Around $2 to $3, but
you're getting it from like pennies on the dollar.
Oh yeah, I mean, our bins does $5 or 5-cent VHS, so we are super fortunate to have that.
Printing money.
Well, like I don't know if any of your guys' bins have changed their prices on VHS, but I know like it varies so much from bins to bins. It really does. Like what are the costs for you guys?
Mine is by weight. It's just
mine's still by weight.
Yeah,
that's brutal. What about you, Joe?
I'm not sure because I haven't been to the bins for a while. I just did all my garage sales. Like I'll go to a sale. I went to one. I was thinking of you, Ray, and how you did that. They had just tons of DVDs, and I bet half were still sealed. And she had it like a quarter each, or make a price. I just grab all of them.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm gonna be like Ray Good Games Rab, and I'm gonna do a whatnot and sell all these things, or who knows. Yeah. But so yeah, I haven't been there, but I know like with books, they measure by the height of your stack or whatever, if you charge that much. So I don't know what they do for media. I haven't gone there for a while, so
they measure by the stack of the books. Like what is that? They take like a ruler out and be like, "Oh, it's a foot. That's $1."
That's seriously how they do it at ours. Yeah, it's by the inch. So they'll just break out a yardstick and they'll measure the books in the cart for all the book resellers. Yeah.
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 So you have any like I know 2 BOLOs on Blu-ray. Do you have any? Because I know of Dogma.
Yeah.
And 28 Weeks Later.
Oh yes, that's the other one.
28 weeks went up, huh? I didn't know that.
Like a lot. And then what about your boy Brendan Fraser, Brendan?
What about? I don't know.
You don't know about what's that one? Bedazzled or it was on a past episode of Skip or Flip. Gosh, what's the name? With that lady.
And is that a Blu-ray one as well?
Brendan Fraser movies. It's with that girl. She's like,
as soon as you say it, I'll know it.
Ray is going to be like, "Damn, I just sold that for $2."
Yeah, right. It's called Bedazzled.
Bedazzled. I don't. Yeah.
Bedazzled with
Oh, I have heard of it. I've never seen it. Never seen it.
With what's her face? Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's so special about this one?
I don't think you can stream it anywhere. That's the thing.
Wow.
Okay.
I did come across a BOLO for. Oh yeah! Wow.
Oh dang. Okay.
And that's one that you can probably find at a like garage sale, thrift store, like easy.
Right?
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was on a past Skip or Flip episode, Joe. See if you've been watching the old podcast episodes, you would know.
I was watching. Okay, well, I was working, so.
For the anime crowd, I'm sure you guys know this one, but for the non-anime lovers, Haikyuu, it's spelled HAIKYUU. Look it up on eBay, Ray.
Wait, spell it again, Ray.
HAIK.
S. I'm dyslexic too, Ray. I got a lot going on for me, Ray. Come on.
HAIKU. Well, I'm sorry, YUU.
Gotcha.
Don't mess him up. He's already
Blu-ray?
Yeah, on Blu-ray. But this manga or this anime is super hard to find, especially in English dub. So like you can find it. Don't ask me how I know this, but you can find it pirated in a German and French dub. But the English dub is insanely expensive.
Is this a volleyball anime?
Yes, volleyball anime. Yes. So if you're into volleyball and if you're into anime, this is right up your
Interesting.
alley. Yes.
I know. Is the basketball anime?
Dude, there's animes for like everything. I feel like it's yeah. I wish Emily was on the cast right now because she would be able to expand way more. because she's an anime nerd. But yeah, so
what's a good VHS bolo that we can look out for? Slam Dunk, that's what it's called. Slam Dunk. That's the anime.
I don't really. I mean, I just tell people in general, like horror and sci-fi are pretty good. It's kind of hard to get bolos with VHS because they're like some of the more rare stuff has just literally gone to the wayside. Like people have probably thrown away like $50 VHS. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a lot harder to say like, oh, you don't know about this VHS sort of thing. Like most of the VHS collectors like know for the most part. What I will say also, like there's a lot of surprising animated stuff. Not just anime, but just animated stuff in general. I've really curated an audience on Whatnot for that. Like I have people coming in all the time asking for X, Y, and Z. Like even like I've got a guy that buys all of my Barney tapes from me. Like, no questions asked. Like every single Barney VHS you come across, I will buy it, and I don't ask questions. We have a flat price of $2 a piece, and I'm buying them for 5 cents.
Off the bar.
Yep.
There you go. It's just no brainer. So yeah.
I was gonna say the only bolos I know on VHS, or I mean I know more, but the big ones are Cars, and
any late print
Cars and
stuff.
Chicken Little.
Yeah,
Chicken Little.
Chicken Little.
Mm-hmm.
History of Violence is the very last VHS printed, I'm pretty sure.
Dang, Chicken Little is up.
Yeah, a history of Violence on VHS was the very last one ever made. That's a bolo, so it's definitely worth quite a bit of money.
Look at that, Joe.
Dang, I probably passed that up last week.
Oh, look, someone's doing some money laundering.
Oh, that's definitely some money laundering.
Oh, we forgot Little Mermaid right there.
Yeah,
the
Black Diamond,
the penis print.
yeah.
What history of what, Ray?
A history of violence. History of Violence, yeah. That one probably not. I don't think it's super crazy price wise, but that is the last VHS that ever was made. Yeah.
Oh, so they don't make them anymore?
They actually just restarted to make. They had Walmart just sold.
Yeah.
What do you remember what it's called, Brandon?
No, but I know what you're talking about. It was like $30. It's like $30.
Yeah, it was like $30. I think it was either sci-fi or horror. I can't remember what it was exactly.
Oh, that's a movie. A history of. I'm thinking it's like a.
No, yeah, it's a movie. But Walmart actually, yeah, they sold like a reprint of a VHS. It was kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
Dude, those things, as soon as they went up, man, those things got flooded on eBay.
Oh yeah, for sure. People trying to immediately flip them. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Just a random VHS tape?
I mean, I don't remember.
Hey, I can't remember, but
yeah,
I saw it on like the groups like on Facebook. Man, people were trying to flip them and stuff.
Oh yeah, it was Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2. That's what it was. Yeah.
So sci-fi, horror.
Yeah, and some animated stuff. You know, I'm not saying go out and pick up like every, Little Mermaid VHS you find, but the Power Rangers, TMNT, stuff like that. I mean, not huge money, but definitely solid money. Pretty solid. Yeah.
Gotcha. What's the most surprising VHS tape that you sold that you were like, oh man, I can't believe that sold for that much?
Me?
Yeah.
Which on Whatnot?
Or yeah, on Whatnot.
How long ago was this?
No, I'm saying like one that you've sold.
Oh, that I've sold. That I've actually I had a couple of people bid over Moldy VHS, which that's a whole thing now, is that companies are now, well, not companies, but smaller makers are making like basically a setup to clean moldy VHS tapes. So now that those are becoming more prevalent and getting into more hands, people are more willing to buy moldy tapes. Whereas before, I mean, you were basically like, you're throwing them away. Like nobody wanted them. But I ended up having like two, like not super rare, but more uncommon horror tapes. And I was like, look, they're moldy, just letting you guys know. Mm-hmm. And like, they got ran up to like almost $30 for 2 moldy VHS. And I was just like, that's mind blowing.
I saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one, and it was moldy. I put pictures and I put in the description and everything.
Yeah.
I sold that thing for like $25. Though.
Heck yeah.
I cleaned my VCR and I let it play like the movie like 3 times through just to see like if it would help.
Yeah.
And it kind of helped, but the picture wasn't the best and somebody still bought it.
And you got to be careful about using other tapes in that VCR player, by the way, because those mold spores will hang out and you could possibly infect another tape with that. So just an FYI.
Okay.
Be careful.
Yeah. You have to label one just the moldy VCR.
Yeah.
I got a free spores. I got a free VCR from an estate sale, and I'm like, this could be just my mold cleaning VCR. I mean, it's free, it works.
So what on the tape molds? Like the tape,
the actual plastic itself.
Yeah,
the tape inside.
You'll be able to see it.
Oh yeah,
just from like inside the little spools, you'll see like it be a moldy.
100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like a lot of people just like threw their VHS in like a damp basement for 20 years, and of course, anytime you introduce any type of moisture to, that type of situation where it's like neatly compacted in that sleeve, I mean, it's a perfect breeding ground for that stuff. But again, like I think it's an important thing to look at, like if you're in a niche, like what technological advancements are coming around. Another one, like. They're now making vinyl machines or like machines for vinyl that will get rid of scratches. And that's just like a totally new advancement because before, like when you had a super scratch vinyl, you're like, what do I do with this? And now like scratch vinyl have value again.
Huh.
What's that called? What's that machine called?
I don't know exactly what it's called. I haven't looked too into it because we don't deal a ton in vinyl. But I know like a guy that I do business dealings with that owns a vinyl record store. I actually trade him vinyl records for video games.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like he's been kind of getting on that wave of like, saving those older vinyl that's been sitting in his basement, for 10 years or whatever. That's like one of these days, like, and now we're here. So
I know some, like I've sold some just for like, I know they were in bad shape, and I obviously I disclosed that, but like I'll put it for like display only or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
And, I had what was it? A Ghostface Killer album, but it was nice. It was a promo. It was
wow.
And it was still kind of scratched, and I still sold that thing for like $100.
Heck yeah. Nice. Well, that stuff. I mean, that stuff's hard to find. Yeah, and like hip hop vinyl.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big money. Big money for sure.
So, and that, I mean, you can't really you can try to take the pictures of the vinyl, but it doesn't always show up like, on the camera angle or whatever. It's hard, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's really important to be transparent about vinyl, especially. Like I try to be more conservative in how I describe it, because there's a lot of picky vinyl collectors out there.
What I would do is like if I think like something was I think it was like good condition, I'd put it eBay like a grade down, just
a grade down. So, yeah, that's a good idea. Good,
because like you said, people are very picky if they're collecting.
Yeah, especially the vinyl crowd. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Sorry, vinyl collectors out there, but you guys are picky.
Oh yeah,
calling you out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can resurface a disc, right? Like that's no problem. I mean. Or you can you can clean the pins on a video game cart, there's ways to fix those things. I think vinyl is just so finicky, that it's important, to get the quality right.
I guess if it's especially like a original press too.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Or like or a special producer of the album too, Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that's one of the things I don't like to ship is vinyl. I just don't prefer to ship it.
It is always like it. Yeah, it's almost like a sweaty palms moment. Where like I don't know. Yeah, but I actually spring for the boxes, like the actual boxes made for vinyl. Even though I don't sell a lot, so I don't buy a lot. But I mean, it ends up being like 75 cents a box, which is like, oh man, brutal. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it. It is.
You don't sell any of those. You don't have any of those at your antique booth, like any vinyl albums.
We do, but again, like more lower end stuff. $5 to $10, maybe a couple that are like 15. But some of like a lot of the higher end stuff that we get, I do trade off to the guy that I was talking about just now.
Okay.
Because I really like, I'm passionate about selling video games, not as passionate about selling vinyl. Like I love music, but I'm not like a huge, big like vinyl nerd or anything. So I like selling video games. I know video games better, you know. So because there's so many like random artists that were only printed on vinyl that I like. I still have no idea about. I'm sure I've passed over vinyl that were valuable, and I just had no idea because I didn't know the artist or didn't know the cover art or whatever, you know.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say earlier we were talking about how people are like hoard one of VHS or whatever, like the Shrek or whatever.
Yeah.
I just saw yesterday some guy has like over 500 copies of Mario on Super Famicom.
Oh, okay.
He has he got like a table out of it. It's like,
that's cool.
Why? I don't know.
I support that.
I don't understand that.
Listen, we all collect weird stuff that, like, you know, I mean, like
it's like
why?
It's like I get weird stuff from the band too. Yeah.
What's your weird collection, Brendan? Like, is it focused in anything, or you just have like a mishmash of just?
It's a mishmash. It's just like it'll be like 90s cartoon characters, like maybe like a couple Burger King toys, a couple plush.
Okay.
Like I got some older wrestling stuff.
I love that.
It's just all over the place. But it's like, man, when I'm paying like 4 or 5 cents for it, I'm gonna pick it up.
Exactly.
You know?
It's fun. It's fun.
Because you guys see how much stuff they dump out at the bins. Like there's fill those dumpsters in the back, you know. And that's the thing when people say, "Oh, your resellers are the problem." I was like, they don't see how much these companies throw away.
Yeah, 100%. I always wonder what they're doing with all of like their e-waste and metal recycling. So like just recently I got into like metal scrapping, just this kind of like a little side hobby thing. Like I'm going to drive around some back alleyways in South City, St. Louis, and see what kind of metal goods I can find and just make
George Jefferson action.
Yeah. You know, like, basically take my scrap money, because the scrap yard is right by the bins, right by the downtown bins in St. Louis. So it works out so beautiful. I go there first. I get whatever, you know, usually I like it's around $20, you know, that I'll get for my scrap. And I'll go right to the bins and I'll be like, here's my sourcing money, or some of my sourcing money, you know? But yeah, like even the amount of like metal that I see in bins that I'm like, I'm wondering what are they doing with this? Like, are they actually taking the time to separate it out and like send it to a scrapyard or send it to like a big recycling company? Probably not. Probably not. And like, dude, I mean, money is just like going away, and you're obviously hurting the environment. Like metal stuff should not be in the trash, like should not be in our landfills, you know? So it's, yeah, interesting to see how wasteful we are. We get to see it firsthand as resellers,
right?
You know, how wasteful of a society we can be.
I was asking somebody, I don't know, this was a while ago, and I was like, you know how people you go to the bins and like some people find money in shelves or whatever.
Yeah, in purses.
Like, how much do you think, like how much actual currency you think the bins have thrown away? Like,
I know.
Oh man,
right? It is. It's got to be a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Have you guys found anything like interesting or valuable in some place that it shouldn't be? Like, I don't know, just like, yeah, like in like a shirt pocket or anything, or like anything like that? Because I never have.
I think
yeah, we have. Nicole and I, and then we met Nicole's friend Molly, and we went to the St. Paul bins, and she was just grabbing stuff, and she grabbed this jean jacket, and she felt something in the front pocket, like paper, and she was like, "Oh, let's just throw that in the cart because that might be," you know, right when the thing rolled out. So she just wasn't gonna open it. Later on, we pull it over to the side, and we actually put it as a Instagram reel, I think, and we pull it over. Nicole's recording, and I take it out, and there's a little note. I don't even know, some fish drawing, and then there was like $35 in the front pocket.
Like,
okay,
yeah.
Bin trip.
Yeah,
that pays for that. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. Like, I was gonna say, I'm sure people have found like gold rings, you know, like in jacket pockets.
Oh,
something.
I've seen people buying gold.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you guys know how to identify gold just off the rip? Like, you know, because I that's something that I don't know, and I feel like I should know.
I mean, the only
trying to think.
I would feel like the only real way to test gold, because you can buy a gold piece and be fake and it's still stamped 14 karat gold.
Oh, really?
Right.
No, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
So the only way to truly test it would to get some of that acid and just scratch it, but
I don't know. I feel like some of like the old heads are just like, I know what gold looks like, and that's gold.
So they may know something that we don't. So guys, if you're listening to this, down in the comments below, let us know what in silver, gold, like all that.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can fake stamp it. Like I have like some gold necklaces that are gold plated that have like the 14 karat stamp, like gold plated on theirs. And I know it's not real.
Scandalous. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I found out when my neck turned green.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've had that happen.
Yeah, exactly. So
Jewelry is like a category I know almost nothing about.
Same.
Selling.
I wish I knew more, because obviously, like, I get so envious of people that are like, oh, I bought a what is it, like the jewelry lots just for actresses and actors. What is it, like costume jewelry? That's
costume jewelry, yeah.
Costume jewelry lots, and they're like, oh, just found this, real 14K gold, whatever, in the middle of all of it. I'm like, I hate you.
I know. I don't even, like I said, I don't know anything about jewelry, but sometimes I still watch Desiree with the Jewelry Reseller podcast. I forgot her. Did Great Fabulous, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, she knows a bunch about that stuff. So, but I was like, I don't know. Like, and I go to a lot of estate sales and I see jewelry like you don't have it in the front by like the where you check out or whatever. I'm just like, man, I don't even look at it because it's like I don't even know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
No, but
I've been to a few where like the lady's got the little, I'm like,
yeah,
it's all you. I'm gonna go look somewhere else because
let me take my monocle out really quick here.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah.
I bought like the only thing I've done is like a couple like watches because they were vintage, and I was like, I looked them up by Brandon or whatever, and they didn't work, and I'd still sell them for like $20, but all that costume jewelry stuff, like I don't know anything.
What brand were the watches?
I don't even remember. It was so long ago. It was at least 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I probably only sold less than 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I was like comfortable with like knowing the brand, because I could at least point that out for like a watch. Like I would probably buy that if their price is right, But yeah, like sight, like if it's like in a lot or like sight unseen, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm addicted to those like Rolex flipping videos on TikTok. Have you guys seen those? It's like the jewelry district in like New York City, and it's like literally like in one TikTok the dude goes and buys a watch from like this dealer and turns around and like sells it to another dealer, and he makes like either $2 or $3 grand or whatever, but he's buying the watch for like, depending on the watch, like $2,000, $20,000, $30,000, but like he's just getting the money, he's just making like $3 or $4 grand like in like 5 minutes.
Right.
It's really good. It's really good content, but
my eyebrows are a little raised on that one. I'm like, is there something going on here? I don't know.
I think it's just I think it's just supply and demand kind of thing.
Well, yeah, but you have to think like, I mean, they're not wanting to sell a watch at like a resale price, right? So like, how is that? I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you catch one seller like slipping, if a certain watch like type or brand is trending and that seller doesn't know, then you could go in there and buy and then sell it to somebody that does know it's trending. I guess that could be feasible.
Or it just could like clientele. Maybe the person has like they only paid 15 for the watch. They're gonna sell it for 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna make a profit, and then dude's gonna go around and sell it to somebody else, and they're gonna make a profit. I mean, I don't know, but I watch them all the time, and they're fantastic.
I mean, there is the circle of life amongst resellers. I mean, there's if you can all
whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. Like heck, I've bought stuff off of Ray. I bought a jersey off of Ray. I sold it on eBay, and I made a little bit of money. I didn't. Make
what jersey did you buy off of me?
Urlacher, Brian Urlacher jersey.
Oh, nice.
I made a little bit of money, not a ton, but hey, that's the circle of life. Ray probably made a little bit.
Did I have a Brian Urlacher jersey at one point? I don't even remember.
You did?
The Bears.
Yep.
Can't do
No,
that.
not feeling it.
I can't remember. Oh,
I'm a Chiefs fan.
Oh, are you?
oh, okay.
Well, the Rams left. So
Yeah, the Rams are gone. So.
you know, so I had to do.
I mean, you are close to Chicago too, Ray. You could be.
Well, that's a little. You know, we're obviously not very friendly with the Cubs fans here.
That's
so
true.
so, you know, no, I listen. St. Louis is a great sports town. Like I feel like we have some of the best fans. Like we're not mean to our rival fans, you know, and all that. But I couldn't bring myself to. Well, I had already been watching the Chiefs even before the Rams had moved, like paying a little bit more attention to them. So I felt like it was just more of a natural, like, okay, I'm just gonna divert all my attention to this team, sort of thing. But yeah, couldn't do the Bears.
That's why you said like the fans are mean or whatever. That's why I haven't been, because I'm a Lions fan. That's why I haven't been to Soldier Field, because I heard those fans are brutal there. And I was like, man.
I've heard some things. You know,
Some rumblings.
about
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you've had to have heard how bad Philadelphia Eagles.
I mean,
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Philly.
when you have a court with a judge and a jail in your stadium,
Yes,
That's wild.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a question. Philly sports across the board. I'm
Mhm.
brutal fans. Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. There's no question.
You need to go, Brendan.
Yeah, one of these days I will. But I'm not trying to
I'm
get
sure-
the I'm trying to get the beat down either.
I'm sure it's not as bad as what it's made out to be. But like
Yeah.
Philadelphia,
Yeah.
I do believe is as bad as it's made out to be. But I don't think Soldier.
Right.
I don't think Soldier Field is.
I mean, I have to go in the beginning of the season, because like, man, I'm not sitting out there in the snow and in 5-degree
That
weather.
could be kind of fun though.
I'm
Like,
not-
Don't
No.
be a baby. Come on.
little hot chocolate, you know.
Right on Lake Michigan?
Come
Nah.
on.
No way,
Don't
dude.
be a baby. They're
Nah.
You have an indoor stadium in Minnesota.
yes, we do. It's a
Well, they
weird
kind of have
ass
to. They kind of
hot
have to.
thing.
See? They could say the same thing. That's one of the reasons why the Titans decided to get it rebuild, make a new stadium to do, to have it inside, to get all the Super Bowl, to get WrestleMania, to get all that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, how bad is your weather at the beginning of February, right?
It still sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I went to
What, 40 degrees?
Nobody wants to go out. Nobody wants to go into a football game when it's like 0 degrees. Period.
It's 0 degrees in Nashville.
Yeah, it gets to 0 degrees
It's
a lot.
that cold.
I was doing it.
Joe,
It sounds fun, you know. Couple.
I went to a Titans game. It was in January, and we were at the top, and man, it was
It's cold.
pretty cold. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I went to a Vikings. They were playing in the Minnesota Gopher Stadium for a few years while they built the big new stadium. And it was December. It was a little chilly. We were, yeah. But yeah,
Oh, now you're backtracking.
I handled it though, you guys. I handled it. It was chilly, but I handled it.
Couple sips of whiskey, a couple bratwursts, you'll be fine.
Exactly.
There you go.
Are the Gophers still pretty popular up there? Like, is the hype? I mean,
They're popular, but they're not good. I mean, they just lost to North Carolina last week.
Hey, listen.
Easiest team on the schedule. So
okay.
at home. So,
At home.
At least you're not Florida State.
yeah, I saw something. They lost to
They
Boston.
lost to
College.
Boston College.
Yikes.
They were 10th ranked in the nation.
Yeah,
So,
after getting obliterated by Miami. No. Who'd they play before that? Georgia Tech in Ireland, remember? First game? No.
college football.
Wait, they had a college football game in Ireland?
In Ireland.
That's sick. That is
Really?
sick.
Well,
I didn't know that.
this week they're having that game
They
in
go to
Brazil.
Brazil,
Oh, yeah.
Green Bay, in Philadelphia.
But
Yeah.
weren't they saying that they couldn't wear green? And like Green Bay's wearing their green jerseys?
Why can't you wear green?
Because like in
Like-
Brazil, they were like some sort of gang or whatever.
Yeah.
So Philadelphia is wearing like a black helmet with like everything that's like green is going to be black.
Interesting.
But then Green Bay's wearing they're wearing their green uniform.
Oh, so they're not changing.
No, they said, you know what? Screw it.
We can do what we want.
I mean, that's just it. Have the Eagles black uniform or whatever helmet. Now you're selling different merch now, anyways.
Yeah, right.
Like, I like that color. Right.
No, people will buy that up. They will.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
the trick.
Yeah, that is the trick.
Yep.
It's like the Titans released their Oilers uniform last year.
Oh yeah.
And now they're not even going to wear it this year. So it's like, dude, what the crap? Yeah.
When's that stadium supposed to be done?
3 years.
3 years. Okay.
They already said WrestleMania is like, it's coming no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So get your tickets booked, Brendan.
Oh yeah, definitely come down for that.
I've done one live wrestling event. I can't remember exactly what it was now that I'm thinking about it, but I was younger and I just remember it being so fun. And then I lost my love of wrestling sometime throughout my teen years. You know,
we want you back, Ray.
No, I listen. I want to come back. I want to.
We want you back.
I just
Ray, you need to join the little group thread that Nicole and I with Ray.
Okay.
He's teaching us and showing us all the wrestling excitement crap. That's going on
listen,
right
Ray. Now is the best time to come back because it's better and bigger than ever. They're doing record profits each and every. They're selling out. I think they had like 26 consecutive Monday Night Raw sellouts.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You know, like it's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Yeah.
Monday Night Raw is fixing to go over to Netflix. Okay. And they paid like $3 billion to have them come to Netflix.
Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Wow. I just got tickets for Bound for Glory. That's TNA's like big pay-per-view because it's in Detroit. And dude, I got floor seats for like $60.
That's a good price.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
But it's like, the thing is like almost sold out already.
Yeah, that's good. Wow. But wrestling's better than ever, Ray. We want you back, man.
No, I just remember the height of my wrestling fandom was Wolfpack and NWO and how that whole storyline.
Right.
You know, like, I mean, such good times.
Right.
And then it was just I just felt like I maybe got a little, I got a little older and I was like, this is fake and this is bullshit. Like, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not about it being real and fake, Ray. It's about
I know.
The disbelief and the enjoyment.
Well, and the level of athleticism that they truly show. Because let's not forget that. I mean, these guys are out there,
Joe,
they're putting their bodies through heck, so.
I was telling Ray when we went to one wrestling event in the 90s. Was it 90s? Because I was trying to tell you, Ray, that. So we're sitting there like 5 rows from the arena, ring, whatever. And there was one empty spot right along the edge where the wrestlers would come out. And this dude comes walking in. He's got a black jacket on, long hair, jean short, a flannel wrapped around him, and like 1 cup of beer. And he sat there and didn't say a word the whole time. Didn't cheer, nothing.
Yeah,
that's a psychopath.
It's Raven.
And we're just all going, and all of a sudden something happened, and the guy turns over to one of my buddies. He goes, "My name is Raven. Don't forget me, or don't forget about me." And he jumped the thing. He was a wrestler sitting there waiting for his time to hop over, jump into the ring, and it was Raven.
Yeah,
he's long hair.
Yeah.
It was him. He was sat next to us.
The Raven, nevermore. Yeah.
Yes.
The DDT. The DDT was his finishing move. Yeah. Or what? Or no, the even flow.
Even flow DDT.
And all of a sudden, we didn't even know. All of a sudden, we're like, "Wait, was that?" And we look, and the seat's empty, and the guy's like, "Yeah, he just said something to me about Raven, whatever." And we're like, "That's the guy that was."
That's
incredible.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
how cool.
That's a good story.
See, you're always going to remember that, Joe.
Oh, I'll wait. Yeah,
that's what wrestling does.
For a while. I forgot about it forever until all of a sudden, Ray's telling us wrestling stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, this happened once.
So that's incredible.
That's what wrestling does, man.
After that's when Joe started wearing leather jackets and flannel around his waist.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Cut out black boots.
Yeah, quoting Edgar Allan Poe. You know.
I love. Yeah, wrestling it's better than ever, man. It's better than ever.
Okay,
So we want you back. We want you back, Ray.
I was surprised Nicole's getting into it. So usually
They just had a big pay-per-view in Berlin.
Saturday.
Oh wow!
And how was that?
It
Worldwide.
was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. It's just like, they just got to make money overseas.
Right.
Actually, the local stuff that we have in St. Louis, my cousin wrestles locally here, and like the production it's pretty solid. Like for just some like local stuff. I'm impressed. Like,
do you go often?
Name?
No. I wish because they travel, they like kind of travel around, and sometimes it's like right down the street, sometimes it's a little far, so it depends. But
What's his wrestling name?
Yeah,
Sean Blaze, like it's
Sean Blaze.
Blaze, yeah,
Sean Blaze.
like a one piece like black thing with like a bandana basically with flames on it. It is what it is. It's kind of cheesy.
What's what's the gimmick? Does he have a gimmick, or is just like?
No, not really. No, yeah, like
He's just out there. He's just blazing it up.
yeah, blazing it up. Yeah. Yep.
Joe, what would your wrestling gimmick be if you were a wrestler?
I mean, they've already done Ted DiBiase, the millionaire. Because you guys think
$1 million man?
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about Ted
Yeah.
DiBiase.
can't be that. Wow, I don't know.
They also kind of redid it with JBL being like the oil tycoon.
Oh,
millionaire.
Yeah.
I don't know what my gimmick would be. Ray?
Someone from Minnesota?
There you go.
Yeah.
A crazy
Very,
Vikings fan?
Something with their
Or what's
10 million
the
states.
what's the
Yeah,
deal with your guy? What's his face? What's the governor of Minnesota?
Walls?
No, that used to be the wrestler.
Jesse Ventura.
Oh, Jesse
Just
Ventura.
Ventura,
What's the deal with him?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Say you like hate him or
I don't
something?
even know what he's doing anymore.
He's like hated.
Is Jesse Ventura hated?
I thought Joe hated him. Joe, do you hate him?
Well, back when I was a kid, you did because he was the villain. And
But as a senator, I thought like the Minnesotians hated Jesse Ventura.
I don't know. When he ran and stuff, and I would listen to him talk, and I was telling people, I go, I think he's actually going to win this thing. They're like, there's no way he's winning. I'm like, I don't. And he did. And I don't know. He pushed like the light rail thing because it was big in Atlanta where he was wrestling and stuff. That was so long ago now. I don't think people really care too much about that.
He's out there, man. He's out there. He lives in like Puerto Rico or something.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
He has like
that's
a
right.
compound.
Yeah. I've heard that for sure.
Yeah, he's out there. I mean, he was in Predator. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I forgot about that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I got time to bleed.
Yeah. So
What if you did like what if you did a spin-off from Swamp Thing, but it's like Lake Man, or I don't know. Like
Right.
yeah. What about you, Ray? What would your gimmick be?
I don't know, man. That's a great question. That is a great question. I obviously I have the mustache. If any of you guys are watching this right now, don't crash your car right now looking, but I got the wrestling mustache right now. So just got to figure something out,
Didn't what was it?
Cody Rhodes.
Was it?
Rick Rude.
Yeah, he did the little, for the women.
Yeah.
Was that him?
Yeah.
I forgot about
Dance.
I forgot about. There's so many good characters. So many good
Right?
characters. Yeah.
Now, Ray, I know you've thought about this. What is your gimmick?
No.
What?
Gimmick.
How have you not?
No gimmick, man.
There's no way that somebody so involved with wrestling
No.
doesn't have an idea of what they would be.
Right. That's what
No
I'm saying.
gimmick.
There's no way.
You are
Ray.
lying
You are
right
lying
now.
to us. Yes.
No gimmick. No
You don't
gimmick.
have to keep it secret. You don't have
Come
to
on.
keep it secret.
I don't have a gimmick.
Come on.
You think somebody's gonna steal your flair? Your
No.
Right?
No gimmick. No, Ray, no gimmick. I I don't got a gimmick. I'm just gonna be me, man. I'm just gonna be out there.
Ray, no gimmick.
Myself turned up to 1,000 and just go from there.
Smashing Red Bull, cans together. And,
yeah. Only peach flavored.
Only peach Red Bull. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Peach flavored. Oh no, Joe. What would you think my gimmick would be? I know that my finish move would probably be like a tornado DDT or something like that.
Okay. I do like the DDT. I think that's
something easy that I can, perform a lot and not like hurt myself after so many years when I'm like a broke wrestler trying to struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Brendan got kicked out of his library room.
Yeah.
I did.
So this cellmate needed to use that computer instead.
Yeah.
Brendan, are you being very studious right now? Or what's
No, I
got a library.
I come here because I always go down, like my post office is legit right down the street. So like
Okay.
when I'm doing the podcast, I just bring the computer with me, and then after I go drop my stuff off. So
Hey,
that's why I do it.
resourceful.
There you go.
I try to be.
Well, Ray, thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you guys.
We do appreciate you. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but
No.
but we want to have you back because I feel like we can, talk like way more.
Yes.
So we'll for sure have you back. But
we
guys,
can talk about the meeting the first time I ever met Ray in St. Louis.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We didn't talk about that. So
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
teaser. Okay.
yes,
By happenstance.
but exactly, just by chance.
Yeah.
Teaser. Okay, cool. I like that. So guys, make sure to follow Ray Good Games Grabs on all those social media, all of his socials. They'll be linked down in the description below. And make sure to give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. We want to be able to get as much views as possible, grow this big thing. Tell your mama, tell your granny down the street, come watch This Week in Reselling.
Yes.
So
Real
anything
quick,
else for the
No, go ahead.
anything else for the people, Brendan?
I was gonna say my gimmick, I'll be a garbage man.
I love it.
You take out the trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of
Yes.
junkyard dog or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else for the people? Joe.
Have a good computer. Have a good setup. I thought I was ready to roll.
What are you gonna do about your computer?
I bring Ray on. He's my guest, and I can't even be there for the opening thing. I was
Amateur.
so disappointed.
I felt your energy. I felt. that
No,
were
you
there.
felt my anger of this thing not working. I'm texting my daughter, does your computer work? Probably not. Nicole, this thing isn't working. Try the other one. Of course, that one doesn't work because the sound doesn't like.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised this one's actually lasted as long as it did because it was
It's
actually
doing good. We
It
sold
was
it
actually
through.
weird yesterday when we did the draft. Oh, by the way, Ray, you got to go pick C. I'll send you the link.
No, Ray, don't do that.
Pick
Okay,
C.
Ray. Before you leave,
Oh, geez.
without being any bias, and now Joe, you don't
I know.
remember what Joe said, so just forget about what Joe said.
Okay.
If you had to pick the best yellow things,
We had a
Which-
draft last night.
which column would be the best?
This
Column A,
is-
column B, column C.
So
D, and E.
immediately off the rip, I see Pikachu and mac and cheese. Which come on. So initially I'm going C. Going C. However,
How do you guys not have bananas on there?
We just
what?
it didn't make it that far.
Well, then we make.
We said a lot of things. Like I didn't even say mustard. I had mustard.
Oh yeah.
We made it.
There's
You know
better
what's-
yellow things than bananas.
I do love Wolverine as well.
Yes,
Again, I hate Coldplay, and I'm not a huge Beatles fan. So there's that.
Ooh.
Sorry, everybody. I do love Whatnot, and I do like The Simpsons. Man, I'm probably honestly still sticking with C. I like C. Yes, I like C.
Okay, what about you, Brendan?
Brendan.
Yeah, Sam. See.
Why
Okay,
C?
I'm gonna send you guys a
Corn
link.
and lemonade.
He's got
and mac and
corn.
cheese. Corn
Sweet
is
corn.
delicious.
Who doesn't like
Man,
corn?
Mexican street corn. Forget about it.
But it's not. It's a
oh, yeah.
regular corn.
Well,
I got
did I have to
cheese.
say that to you?
Cheese. I got cheese, son.
You said yellow cheese. There's a lot of different cheeses, and you said
There
yellow
is.
cheese.
You don't
Yeah,
like yellow
that's-
cheese?
I mean, listen, there's a lot of other good cheeses out there. I mean,
Right.
Yeah. I think, man, you know what cheese is not talked about enough is Munster cheese.
Munster's great.
I love Munster cheese.
Love all kinds of cheese.
Gouda.
Gouda, Chipotle Gouda.
Oh, Chipotle Gouda, get out. Yes.
It's good. So, guys, make sure to follow us. Make sure to follow Ray.
Yes.
I got to play the music, Ray. I got to play the music.
Yeah, get it going.
I can never get the angle right. I always point the wrong.
You know, both them will be
are there.
Oh, that was abrupt. Sorry,
I
guys.
do that when you came on too, Joe. I was going like this, and it's supposed to be going like this.
There you go. There you go. Well, guys, thank you all so much. Like always, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we will catch you guys on the flip top.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.